Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote. A time to remember. Vote. But don't be late. Vote. Don't
Procrastinate, baby.
It's our
All right,
country.
let's get after it, man. Open the chute, baby. Let's go. How in the hell y'all doing, baby? If I have my days right, it's Sunday. Holy shit. See, I look right up there and immediately I know there's something wrong, something I forgot to do, but I can do it, I think, from here whilst I hang myself over the cotton picket edge, grab the right wire. All I got to do is grab the white wire. Really? Really? Come on. See? It's that simple. You ought to try running one of these shows. It's easy as pie. You never forget shit. Anyway, it is Sunday, baby, and we're going to kick off a week here. Ooh, I think it's going to be an interesting week. Anyway, let's see here. I know who jumped in first. Carolyn and John Majesco out in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Miss Linda's here, a.k.a. Mary Ellen. Anyway. Bart Larson is here. The remixtress is with us, as is Jeff Curry, Richard Phillips, and Dorothy Tyndall. Jay Clayton, hey, where's Steph? Steph and I are having a chilling evening watching movies. Ouch. Well, the romance just blossoms every time you turn around. Anyway, that smart-ass squaw's here. BW's here. Sue Plum from Kentucky. Thank you for being here. Bart Larson and Bruce Preston. Deborah Douglas and my neighbor Tracy Tobias. How you doing, darling? Jeanette Miller's here. Dina Michael. Ohio Dad 70. Hey, Joe. How you doing? I hope Steve's doing well. Hope the whole family's doing well, brother. Glad to see you in there, Joe. Megawet Willie is here. Let me see. Mark Perkins. There's Aaron Trombley. Michael Falbister. Always 101 for the people, baby. And let me see. Jan Beats is here. Woo, we got a whole house full, baby. Everybody's here. Let me jump on down here. Teresa Diggum, Richard Phillips. Thank you for being here. It's Sunday, baby. It's Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. The big event now, baby. It's Sunday. I've had a great weekend. I spent, let me see, Friday evening, I was on the Robin Kincaid show. Had a great time on there with Robin and the gang over there, Sparky and the whole crew. And then today, I was a guest on the Tim Cormall show on his podcast with Joe Santorsa, Teresa Black, Richard Hind, and Joe Santor. Anyway, we had a great time over there, and it's go time, baby. We got 44 days, and look what's coming up this week, baby. We got the January 6th committee is going to be meeting on Monday. We know that the investigation into the documents Donnie took is progressing well, and yeah. There's a lot of shit going to start coming down pretty damn quick, and it makes me excited. I'm ready. I want November 8th to get here. I want to see that date. I want to see the results of that day. We won't see the results that day probably. There's going to be a whole lot of y'all cheated and I'm going to do over or some bullshit like that from a whole lot of Republicans, and we're going to have to put up with that shit for a while. But it is also going to start the next season, which is 24. And what happens between now and then, it has been spoken about by several people that there's going to be new information on the January 6th meeting, including information that we don't know about Secret Service messages, which will give us a little insight as to exactly what was happening. And yeah, this is going to march forward, baby. And I have high hopes and good vibes coming up in this election. Not that it's going to be easy, baby. I think we could take the Senate. I think the Senate is going to be ours. I'm not that sure about the House, but I think there is an underlying vote out there that's not showing up in the polls. And they talk about it, the Rovember, other issues that are before this nation. They say inflation's the number one thing. Well, gas prices have been falling. There are other things in the market that aren't as well. But we've come through some hard times, baby, and I think Joe Biden is doing an outstanding job on guiding us through them, and we're going to get through them. But, yeah, next 2 years coming up is not getting, it's going to be a different world, I believe. And Jeanette Miller, she says she thinks we can keep the House. Baby, I love your optimism. We have that shot, baby, because like I said, there's an underlying current of vote that's not being shown up in the polls, and I do believe it's gonna come in and make a difference. Anyway, let's get on with the meeting. Anybody down there in the audience want to raise your hand? Want to jump in here and join the conversation? You're welcome to raise your hand and let me know which one of you to pick right out. There you go. Always a pleasure to welcome Aussie Dave and Bernadette into the show. Two of our normal staples, baby. The voices that we can always count on in a storm. Ladies first. Bernadette, how are you? Bernadette,
she's muted, mate.
Yeah, she's muted. All right, Aussie, how are you, sir?
I'm sorry.
Good, thanks,
I'm sorry. I thought I was live.
You were dead. Hi, baby. How are you?
A lot better. I'm so excited. I can't wait till the 28th, and yeah, I'm ready to get this show on the road. I'm ready to kick this fucker's ass.
Yeah,
okay?
I am too. I'm on that same plane. Let's get ready to go because we're coming down to the last 44 days, and yeah, I'm getting itchy. A lot of good things are happening, and I want to see that push. I really do.
Yes. And, you know, Miss Lady Balls, Liz Cheney, she's out there saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to be a Republican anymore.
Yes,
I'm not saying that she'd make a great Democrat, but we'll take her help. We'll ally with her. If she wants to beat that fucker, let's do this.
Hey, we have conservative Democrats, you know.
Absolutely.
As long as she's going to come toe to line, let's go. S.C. Smith, how are you? I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to let S.C. get in here.
I'll just jump in quickly and say, what do they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, that's what they say.
Well, let's say she will have to stop voting with that fucker.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
To make me change my mind about where she stands.
There have to be some limitations to that shit because, like I said,
saving the democracy is a number one right now.
Yes.
Yeah, she said if Trump is the nominee, she will not be a Republican. That's all there is to it. I believe her.
And the dirty bastards. Remember you used to say they all need to wear jackets with the patches on it to say who's giving them millions of dollars, you know, their sponsorship
like
shit.
NASCAR.
Well, they knocked down a bill this week, the Republicans in the Senate, that actually addressed that sort of situation. Anyone who donated over $10,000 had to be made publicly obvious to their constituents. In other words, they had to acknowledge who's giving them 500,000, who's giving 100,000. They can't hide it anymore.
They don't want to do that.
They knocked it down.
They don't want to do that,
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. They like the dark money. They like to keep it flowing like that. They don't want to give up their donors.
That's their bread and butter.
Well, I've just proven that.
Cookie jar.
That's like saying...
Absolutely, they've proven that.
That's like saying corruption is what we want. We don't want honest politics.
They say it every single freaking day. They say that shit out loud.
This is their standard to operation. Their modus operandi.
Bernie Sanders, Jamie Ruskin, and Adam Kissinger this week have all been out making fantastic speeches and remarks concerning the Republican Party. Those three guys are champions this week. They must be the Democrat champions because they've done some great work. If you haven't seen their speeches, it's on YouTube. They're all done with MSNBC and CNN.
Right.
But it basically boils down to they delivered remarks that was just obviously what people they stated what people don't want to say, that these guys are liars, cheats, and thieves.
Liars, cheats, and thieves. I've been saying it for 6 years on the air.
For real.
Really.
Hey, you know what? I want Trump to continue talking.
Yeah,
Because the more he talks, the more he puts that foot up his ass.
He's got
That's
his foot
what I
in his
want.
mouth
He
is what it is. Let's give
Oh,
this.
please.
Let's,
Hillary Clinton's emails at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
Hillary
that's
Clinton's
what
emails
they're
at
looking for.
Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God.
Let's bring SC into
Hi,
the
Stevie.
conversation. SC, how are you doing, sir? Buddy, are
I'm
you
good.
ready?
I am ready.
Good.
I am ready.
Good. I want to hear that.
I am
shit.
ready. Yeah,
I got a question for you. Are you guys going to get hit with that hurricane about the same time as the J6 is coming on?
Yes.
let me give me a second. I'll get right back with you. I gotta help my mom. I'll be right back.
Go
Just
ahead,
give me a
SC.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
What a guy.
What's
What
that?
a
It
guy.
is coming his way. Yeah, what a guy. Go help
What a
his mama.
guy that would take a break from a live show to go help his
That's
mom.
right.
I love this guy.
He is. He's a
Love this
great
guy.
guy. I love SC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get hit. I don't care where it goes in Florida. He's
Yeah.
going to get hit. And it's going to be bad. It looks like.
It looks like it's going to be bad.
I sucked my gut in
Really?
because
Really?
The first spaghetti models from this low actually had it coming more towards Texas until they modified it later on, and then they started bending it up towards Florida. So it's
I
like
just got one question.
Huh.
Is it gonna like make landfall on Mar-a-Lago?
No, we don't.
shit.
Damn,
Can't get
missed
that.
again.
You know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where I'm ready. If you live, like I said, with John,
Right.
anyone that lives on the coast, East Coast or
live
the
with that.
Gulf, you need to be ready, and it's not that hard to do. You go to the grocery store, you buy groceries. Hey, pick up a can of soup, set it to the side, some Vienna sausages. I mean, I'm ready. I mean,
Spam. Lots of
fact,
spam.
I went out. I went out. I filled up my tank Friday. I've been maybe
Good.
5 miles since Friday. Topped off my mom's today. Got everything I need. And, really right now it's just, I'll know Tuesday what's going to, if it's a category 1 or 2, I'm used to these things.
We can do that.
I can live with that.
You get
category
And make no
4 and
mistake.
5.
4 or 5.
But we need to be clear here. Categories 1 and 2 can do some serious
yes, they
damage.
can. You don't- You don't take those
definitely
lightly
have to go.
either.
Don't take that lightly. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely,
here,
definitely at
let
the
me
coast.
explain what the difference is here, so we can put things in perspective. All right, we look out in the Gulf and we say, "Oh shit, a hurricane!
Yeah.
Let's get ready." You know what y'all people do? I don't care where y'all live. Y'all are either going earthquake or tornado. It's right now. We got time.
Yeah.
We look out there and go, "Yeah,
I
you better get ready for
I
this
beg to
shit."
differ to you.
Huh?
Those of us that live in this earthquake country and
Yeah.
this fire country, we have to stay ready. We have to stay
Yeah,
ready.
because you don't get
never
no
know when
warning.
it's gonna hit.
You don't get no
Exactly.
warning. That's what
And
I'm
so,
saying. We have the
your batteries,
advantage.
have your soup, have your water, and that's year round all the time.
Yep. No.
All
No.
the time.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
And
saying. Our advantage is we see it coming.
And when I say like category 1 or 2, I'm talking for someone like me who's like probably 40, 50 miles from the coast. If you're on the coast, yes, even a tropical storm or depression can mess you up.
Do some damage.
But
yeah.
but like I said, I've lived through many of these things. It's not good to panic. Like I said, we'll know better Tuesday what it's going to do. If it hits the west around Tampa or so like that, the more it goes east, the worse it's going to be, because it's going to be at least a 4. And if it goes east, it's going to make landfall quicker. If it comes up to me, they're saying there's a chance it'll be category 2, maybe 1 by the time it gets to me. But the whole thing is just be ready for it. Just be ready for it. It's like last night
you're
on
going to
Twitter.
lose power. You're not going to get water and services.
Yeah, and I might not lose power for that long. But I do live in Tallahassee, and we have trees, and a lot of them got a lot of dead limbs on them. They fall, and but it's just you don't know. I'll know Tuesday. I'll have a better idea Tuesday how bad it's going to be. And until then, I can't do nothing but just be prepared for it. It's
Prepare.
like. Yeah, and you try to, like last night, I got a kick out last night when the 11 o'clock advisory came out. Rick Wilson, who lives down the street from me, he he said something. It's just one word. I can't remember what he said, but George Conway replied back to him, "Nothing a Sharpie can't fix." And I laugh at that shit. You know, it's just, but
or nuclear bomb. I mean, what the hell do we have them for?
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, but I'm ready for it. You know, I'm ready for it.
Good. Hey, before we get to conversation, let me thank Ohms, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, "Wow, the censorship is on, not even saying bad names." Really? Who the fuck are those people? Where's them people
Who's
at?
censoring?
Huh?
Yeah, seriously. I say, who's censoring?
Yeah, you're not gonna find that here. Well, I take that back. I got censored. I did. Finally, they took me off TikTok. Or
That's TikTok. That's not
yeah.
YouTube.
No, that's not YouTube. It's not Facebook. It's not Twitter. But they only took down one video. They took down Friday's video. It got up to 2.9 thousand views before they took it down. But it violated community standards on drugs and alcohol. Which I don't know where they got that idea from.
Tobacco's drugs.
Yeah, it is. They don't allow you use of alcohol, tobacco, or any drug use. They don't give a fuck if you cuss, but or they don't. They don't care if you show your ass or any other part of your body, just about.
Right?
But yeah, they took down my video.
Well, Joe Rogan smokes
because it was Beer and Buck
cigars.
Friday, and I refused
Joe
to
Rogan
yield.
smokes cigars, John.
Huh? What's that?
Rogan smokes cigars on his. Joe Rogan smokes cigars on his fucking show. Give me a break.
Yeah,
That's not-
that's not TikTok.
That's not TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is.
Oh, he's not on TikTok?
No, John is
think-
talking about being censored off of TikTok.
Yeah, I understand that, but I thought Joe Rogan was on all the stations like
If he
TikTok
is,
and
he
that
ain't
as
smoking
well.
that cigar, or I'll be pissed. Hey, wait a
Yeah,
minute. And I'm with Maximus Decimus Meridius. Weed is not a drug. Period. It's not.
Yeah, depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, I guess.
I want to ask you guys a question.
What's that?
I want to ask you guys a
ahead.
question.
We're
An
full of
obvious,
answers, Dave. We're
obvious
full of
question.
something anyway, so, take your pick.
Well, I want to know why this lunatic Trump is so innocent and being so victimized that he can't get a decent lawyer. I mean, he's getting these fifth-rate lawyers all the time who now are jumping ship.
Nobody's
One,
gonna
this
take
last
his
woman,
case, Dave.
I bet you that has a hell of a lot more to do with do they get paid or not.
The lawyer
O.J.
he has
Simpson
now
got
is
better
pretty
lawyers.
good. I understand he's a pretty good lawyer. I can't remember his name, but Donny Boy had to pay $3 million up front. $3 million.
This is the one from Argentina?
It might be. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He's a good lawyer.
Yeah.
They say he's a very good lawyer. And look what Judge the 11th Circuit said about Donnie's paying for the review on the documents. The special master. That's got to be paid by Donnie, and they want that money up front, baby. Let's go. Let's pay the bill because they know who he is. They know he's going to stiff them. And with let's be honest here. Who in the hell? I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. If you saw the clip from Fox News with Sean Hannity, and that idiot is sitting there saying things like, "Oh, all I have to do is think it, and they're declassified." This ain't no Jedi. These are not the documents you're looking for. That doesn't work. And then when later on he came up with well, maybe they were looking for Hillary's emails. Really? And yet he's still got followers. He's still got people that donate to his ass. Please.
That's my point. Yeah.
How stupid can you be?
Well, the latest poll says the latest poll says he has 33% of the Republican Party. He has 33% of the Republican Party support. Now that's just the Republican Party, 33%. So out of that 33%, there's only a small percentage that will actually go out there and do something about and defend Trump. Not that whole 33%. So his real support, his strong support is probably only about 15% of the Republican Party, not America. 50%.
Hardcore, yeah, I think you're right, Dave. Bernadette, you were going to say?
I was just going to say we are not going to do anything about that hardcore base
No.
of his that he
No.
goes out and he rallies, every chance he fucking gets. Those people are bought lock, stock, and barrel.
You know how bad,
his
Bernadette?
diehard.
The new game
Oh,
out
I
there.
know how bad.
The new game out there now, it's like bingo, I guess, or whatever, or Where's Waldo. They're trying to, there's a game going on about, I guess, the people behind him. See if you can match him up from his previous rally. And, you get bingo. Oh, look, there's that guy. Oh, look, here's the black guy with the shirt on, or here's the Hispanic lady over here, or, people that they recognize from previous rallies in the next rally. That's the new bingo game
Yeah.
going on, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
got a limited amount of people. Because if they back that camera up, we saw it last time. They're packed in
And
behind him,
that
and
crowd
nobody
is getting
else.
smaller and smaller.
Smaller and smaller.
And people are belling. I mean, fuck, look at Liz Cheney. She's belling.
Indeed.
And she's setting up a super PAC to go after not only him, but all the people that he support. Anybody who's supporting his ass and is on the ticket, she's going after him.
Yeah.
And she said that she will
I'm
support Democrats in order to get that job done.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
Lady Boss.
Well, that's what I say. That's what I say. All you Republicans out there, if you're really serious about your party being saved and being taken back to the day before Trump, you must vote Democrat. Bite the bullet and vote Democrat this time around to get the Republican Party time to clean their act up.
There are more and more Republicans out there on Main Street media talking about doing just that, Ozzy. They are talking about it.
That's what we've been talking about. Is the only way that this can be solved is within the Republican Party. The Democrats can't solve this. Their ass, kick these people out of their party. This is their shit. They have to deal with the scumbags that crawled in when Donnie came in the door. All the little the racists, the Klan members, the Nazis, all that kind of shit, who crawled into the Republican Party. It's time for the Republican Party to stand up, do a little house cleaning, and get back to some basic sense. And in my book, you can start with people like Kevin McCarthy. Get his ass out.
Let's not forget, and I believe the next hearing is going to be the same. It will be Republicans talking. It will be Republicans making these allegations against the former president of the United States,
this ain't
45.
Democrats. Yeah.
No, this is not Democrats.
Oh,
This is Republicans.
that reminds me, that 60 Minutes interview today with the guy. I don't know if y'all seen the clip, but the guy
Mr. Riggleman,
talking about the calls coming from inside the White House
Inside
on
the
January.
White House.
Yeah.
To a rioter at the White
Yeah,
at the
I forgot
Capitol.
all about that. That's
And they
on right now.
know-
The call is coming from inside the House.
They know who the person was that got the call. They don't know who made the call from within the White House. But hey, a couple of more searches and phone records, we'll find out.
I don't think it was just a tourist walking by. I really don't.
but Mr. Riggleman also said on 60 Minutes that Mark Meadows' seized phone has opened up a clear path. This is all the messages on his phone they've got to. It shows a clear path from Donald Trump straight through to the coup. It was a clear plan for the coup on his mobile phone. That phone is sunk them all.
I'm not surprised. His buddy Roger Stone had insights with, the Proud Boys and all the rest of that. He'd been talking to them people for years.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Steve Bannon has been planning this shit for years.
Yeah,
and both of them were in the war room, which was set up in the Trump
DC,
fucking hotel in D.C., okay?
Yes.
This was... Hey, Jenny Thomas is going to be the surprise, okay? Because she brought the money.
Yeah.
She brought the money.
Go ahead, S.A.
Well, I was just going to say, Mike Lindell, he's out there bitching. I guess he wants a special master to get his phone back. And I was like, get your phone back, buddy. Well, you might get it back, but dude, they already got everything off that phone. It's too late to be back.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell you want it back for?
Yeah.
They already got what they need. There ain't nothing you can do with your phone now that's going to save your ass.
No.
He's not going to get us.
He's just one of many that is going to fall.
Lindell is more delirious and delusional than his buddy fuck Trump, okay? He's more.
Let me send out a quick thank you out there to Stephanie Dean, who just came in with $2 and said, YouTube stops me from comments sending super chats. Really? I'll have Thank you, Stephanie. I'll have Travis check into what might be going on.
And it could be what you're actually saying in the comments. I have seen that before and actually have had it happen to me. If you say certain things, it will not let you send that.
Really?
That. Well, yes, it's a form of censoring, and they don't want your money.
Can you
even
say
if
fuck
it's
Trump?
going out like that.
Or do we have to put FT?
Well, that's why a lot of people say FT.
FT. Really?
Yes.
I did not know
I
that.
want to know what how Ginny Thomas in her statement yesterday said she will appear before the committee to clear up any misconceptions about what she has said. I can't see any misconceptions of what she said. Can you?
Well, let's just figure out what the fuck did she say. I'm more curious about what she did. Like a lot of the money that was funded went through her.
Oh, she's into this pretty deep, I think.
Yeah, she's big pockets up in this. Big pockets.
Yeah. She got her husband obviously giving her advice.
Let's not forget that her husband sits on the court that could eventually decide a whole lot of cases that have to do with the head of the insurrection.
Right. He should recuse himself from anything.
Yeah.
And he's not going to.
He's not going to. No.
And he's not going to.
We've already seen that in the only case that that went up there. Clarence was the only one that voted yes.
Yeah.
And that was on. I can't remember the subject matter now. There was a case that went to the Supreme Court that concerned.
What the Republicans don't want to admit to is that they support a criminal. And the man had been criminal from the moment he took the fucking flight of steps down in that gaudy ass place he called home. Exactly.
He's been a crook all his life.
All his life.
From the get-go, he's always been a con artist, somebody just selling anything. Trump steaks, Trump wine,
it's time for the chickens to come home and roost in his
I think it is happening. Because every day, I think his support is not only his support, but Republicans in some areas are losing the basic Republican support. Who am I thinking of? Who's that guy? Is it J.D. Vance? They're pulling away from him and somebody else.
Yep.
They're backing off of him because they're idiots. Something else, though. Really? Yeah, I didn't know it was. Boy, howdy, what kind of friend am I? Diana Mallory, bequeath of the gong, just came in with a $5 donation and said, "Happy birthday, Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen."
Yes.
It is Miss Linda's birthday. Well,
yeah.
Are y'all going to join me? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Linda.
Linda.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Mary, hey, wait a minute.
And many more.
Let's invite her up here. She's down.
Why not?
She's in the green room. Hello, DJ. Are you in here?
Oh, I'm in here. Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. I got 2 job interviews coming up this week.
Outstanding.
Yes. So I don't know if anything's going to come of them, but hey, it's better. It's more than I've had in a while.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, you're talking about Ginny.
I'm thinking about
Clarence
going
Thomas.
out there in the workforce myself. I am. I got a $400 increase in my rent every month. So, yeah.
It's hard when we're old, like we are.
It is, yeah.
They don't want it.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they have greeters at Walmart anymore. Hey, I'd be a good greeter. How y'all doing? Come on in here. Bring your wallet in here. There's something in here to buy. Come on in.
Yeah.
Water's fine.
Yeah, I can't do that because of my feet. I have neuropathy in my feet, so I can't do those kinds of jobs.
I think they let some of them sit in the chair because I've seen them.
Well, if they let me sit down, I could do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I might scare a few people when they first walk in and see my long hair and beard.
Yeah, but you'd be popular around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Well,
I've lost a lot of weight, but when I would weighed about 300 pounds, everybody called me Santa Claus.
Right.
Gray hair and rotund. What is it? Rubenesque? Is that the term?
Yeah, my beard's not wide enough for a Santa pull-off.
Well, you got the same beard as Mr. Natural. You said the zigzag guy.
Yeah, zigzag guy. Yeah.
It's Mr. Natural.
Or the ZZ Top guy. I'll
Yeah.
go with either one of them.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a big fan of Zap Comics. Do you ever hear of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Robert
I've heard
Crumb in the 60s drew all those. He was a fantastic
Yes,
artist.
he was. Yes, he was.
And I've got a Zap comic over here that I'm going to start posting pages out of.
Oh shit.
So,
That's an old
yeah.
one.
Anyway, Clarence Thomas, they say, is protecting his wife. That's what they're talking about with a lot of posts I saw today, trying to keep her from getting in trouble for what she did.
The choice is hers.
And why wouldn't he do that?
Yeah, how would he do that? Is what I want to know.
I don't know, but there are people who are insinuating that he is on the post they put up.
The only bargain he has, the bargaining chip he has, is to resign from the court.
Yeah,
that's his own.
That's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen.
Well,
no, he's in their back pocket, just like Amy Comey Barrett or.
Well, he's a non-convicted sexual predator. He is.
Who?
That's why he shouldn't be on there. He's a sex predator.
The entire
Beer boy?
Republican Party is like that.
Yeah, beer boy. Ain't that sad?
Well, the whole SCOTUS, bar maybe one or two, is illegitimate. They all lied in their
Confirmation, yeah.
in front of Congress. They all lied, and they can be proven as lies.
We don't have
they
a
can
court
be ousted straight away.
the country can have respect for nor have confidence in.
Not with what they're doing.
Not with what they're doing, and not how they two of them got in there. I give him one. He got there in the middle. But the one at the beginning, the one at the end, fuck you. Fuck
you know,
you.
John,
Yeah, go ahead.
what you said about the female vote.
Right.
Yeah, that's on TikTok.
Yeah,
all I'm seeing are females on there who are just livid about what's going on with Roe versus
my
Wade.
my male voice in there too. About what's going on Roe v. Wade. I thought you was fixing to bring up that idiot who's running for, I think it's Congress, doesn't think women should vote.
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
Don't think women should be in the workforce either.
Yeah.
They don't have the emotional fortitude to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, this shit is not just happening here in the United States. This kind of female uprising around the world against all this
baby, I'm saying
patriarchal.
I think there's going to be a great uprising on the females this November.
I'm glad
really
Bernadette brought this up, because here's my take on what I've been hearing lately or seeing, and that is, we have enough turmoil right here in this country. What's going on, and it's reached almost constitutional crisis, and we're going to find out which way our country goes. Look what's happening around the world right now. Good and bad. Good and bad. Italy just elected a right-wing nut job lady, what's her name, whatever.
Another Mussolini.
Another Mussolini. That's what they're comparing her
young.
to.
And she's very, very, she's like 25
young.
years old.
So that's on the bad side, but on the good side, look what's happening in Iran with the women that are standing up and throwing their hijabs in the fire. Some ladies are cutting their hair off with scissors right in the crowd. This is a movement.
How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce that? Good job.
And here
hang on.
And you throw in the fact of what we're seeing happening in Russia, with people trying to leave the country, with women and people out in the streets demanding that this is ridiculous. They don't want to send their sons.
For Putin.
No, and that goes right into the Kremlin, in Moscow. There are parliamentarians in Moscow government like they get. I don't know how that works, but anyway, they're in there talking about this is bullshit. They don't want to get wrapped up in this war, and now they want to send a bunch of people down there. And here's Zelensky over there telling them, send them down, let them surrender when they get here. Because they're snatching them up and sending them. Let them get there and surrender.
And he'll give them sanction. If they don't want to be exchanged as prisoners in exchange, they can stay in Ukraine and become Ukrainian citizens if they want.
Sounds good to me. Did you see the interview with the president of Finland? They have an 800-mile border with Russia.
Yes. No, I did not see
Did you see that interview?
No, I did not.
He basically said that Putin has made a huge mistake going in there, okay? And he also, they talked about how he is trying to go past his generals, or he's fighting with his generals, and he's trying to run the army the way he wants, and the troops in the field the way he wants.
He's calling
and that's the
generals
same
in
thing
the
that
field.
Hitler did.
Yes,
right,
he's
and that's the
trying
same
to
thing that
take.
Hitler did.
He's trying to micromanage the war. He'll take it.
Well, that's right. The generals who do the field, they know what they're doing. Politicians don't know when they go out there and try and manage those troops. They can't do it.
Well,
And
the only one done that. The only one done that in power was Hitler. Yes, correct, Hitler.
Yeah.
He micromanaged. His generals hated his guts because he didn't know what he was doing. Ultimately, it's all about the rise of fascism, guys. It's on a rise around the world. It's trying to get in. It succeeded in Italy. Now Poland is making remarks to even make Pink Floyd cancel their tour. They're making remarks sort of half sympathising with Putin. It's becoming a thing throughout the whole world.
It is.
Yeah.
This is
Well, I posted in your room yesterday the East Baton Rouge school system in Louisiana. They're accused of tricking hundreds of students into attending a religious event billed
Yes, I've seen that.
as college fair. And according to, they were making the boys do macho acts while they were telling the girls to forgive the men who rape and assault them. Some crazy shit like that.
Holy shit!
It's like I posted it in the Blue Room.
As John would say, "Are you shitting me?"
Yeah. John would say, "Are you shitting me? Come on, man. That's sad. That is."
Did you hear the other one? They wanted. They one of them was out there saying that it was an interview at a Trump rally. And they spoke about the incest and the rape and the abortion situation. And this woman put up to him, well, what if the husband takes a woman, his wife, when she doesn't want it, or if they're not together but they're still married? He said, no woman should ever accuse a husband of rape, no matter what the situation.
Really?
You marry that man, he can take you when he wants.
I don't think so.
That was his words.
Yeah, and there's one guy out there that thinks Trump is king now because when he went over to Saudi Arabia and touched that sword.
Oh, I've seen that guy.
He's king.
There's
He's king.
There are some plain out. You can't call them anything else. They're idiots. Yeah, he's king of the world.
Did you guys?
They did with the sword there. You didn't say it.
As Bernadette said, you can't get to those ones because they are gone.
No.
Yeah.
Did anybody
Those are the people
see
that
the
we
video?
make jokes about. What video?
Well, there was a video of a guy at the MAGA, one of those big MAGA things, and he's walking around the crowd handing out declassified documents. He had a bunch of folders. He was walking in the crowd saying, "Here, have a declassified document here." And these people were looking at him like,
everybody gets a document.
That's right. That's exactly what he was doing.
But I posted another video in there yesterday. Well, apparently this guy in this neighborhood. He's a white guy. He has a Black Lives Matter sign up in his yard. Now this video was taken by these two ladies, but their video. This guy, he's standing there with the water hose with them big old sprinklers on it. The ones you said it goes back and forth.
Right.
But he's got this damn hose in his hand. Apparently, this white lady was like parked in front of his yard for like 30 minutes talking about White Lives Matter and all this. But anyway, the video is her walking up into his yard. He's got the sprinkler, and he's got that thing going. He told her, he said, "Get in my yard. I'm gonna spray you." And about the time he told her that, she stepped in his yard and he sprayed her down with that damn sprinkler. And then she's sitting there it's funny as shit, but she's trying to get the sprinkler away from him. She keeps busting her ass. He's just sitting there, hey, you got the right to protect your property. But the girls filming her like, sister, give up. You're not going to win this one. And he's sitting there spraying her down, and a couple seconds later you hear him go, well, you think maybe we should call someone by now? But he's just sitting there.
We appreciate the entertainment, but I don't want to overwater my grass. So.
Did you see Pete Buttigieg in front of the being interviewed by the Texas Tribune in a hall with lots of people? It was not a rally, but a public meeting, and it was a Texas Tribune that was running the meeting and doing an interview. And he
interviewed Liz Cheney also.
He was getting applause after applause after applause. There was a lot of support for him in that room. So Texas may be going blue, buddy.
That's,
Hope so.
I'm telling you, Beto O'Rourke is on a roll here in Texas, and he's been out there. He hits the pavement. If you've ever seen not, I don't even want to call him a politician. Somebody who cares about their state, get out and campaign. I've never seen a politician campaign like Beto O'Rourke does.
He loves his wife.
Then you got the ones.
Anniversary.
Then you got the ones like Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker they're talking about. Up there talking about him and Raphael Warnock debating, and he's talking about, yeah, he's gonna make me look bad. You know, if I was a Republican and I heard him say that, I wouldn't even watch the damn debate. I wouldn't even watch the debate. I'm like, well, you just said that he's gonna make you look stupid, so why would I watch it?
I don't understand the whole Herschel Walker thing. He was a great football player. That's what I'll give him. A great football player. Should have stuck to football, baby, or commentary on football or something on football, because he is plain ignorant on a variety of subjects.
Hey, you know, what's up with these? I mean, Brett Favre was a great football player, but he's a total dick, I guess. He's a
total dick for stealing money from the welfare people. Are you shitting me?
And
really?
ain't nothing. And
you know what? He was. Wait. Because Brett Favre was a dick prior to that, okay? And Herschel Walker, what we need to stop doing in America is holding up these people who play a fucking game for money.
Exactly.
Exactly. A hero and they could save the damn world.
Bernadette, what they're doing with Herschel
Walker,
it's racist. What they're doing with Herschel Walker is they're using him as a pawn. It's racism.
Herschel is allowing himself to be used.
Yes, he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, he is.
That's the thing.
But DJ's right. The Republicans down there thought they could snatch Herschel Walker up, put him out there, and everybody loves Herschel Walker. They're going to vote for him. Look at there. Everybody knows who he is until the man opens his mouth.
Because at some point in his life, he was an award-winning football player.
That's it.
That does not mean that he can govern.
Hey,
we've had that.
I'm not sure he was able to read the
look at what we just had, Donald Trump. We had Donald Trump, who was a famous TV star. Oh, how did that fucking work out? Not very well.
It was a reality TV, and I wouldn't even say star.
I wouldn't even say star. Let me give a quick shout out to Dwayne Jizzle, who just came in with $5 and said, "Did you see that preacher baptizing people in the name of what? In the name of Trump, the orange Jesus? Are you shitting me?"
It's you know those.
Thank you, Dwayne Jizzle. Are you shitting me?
Cattle or put cattle water in.
And this is not a joke. This is not a hoax. This is a real preacher that did this.
I don't know if he's real, but he's got those big. Like you put out for your cattle and put water in them for your horses.
Yeah.
And he sits it out in front of this store on a strip mall.
Yeah, I put pictures.
And he baptizes people.
And there's some stupid idiot that's gonna walk up and jump in the goddamn water, thinking he's being baptized in the name of Orange Jesus.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, there will be. I'm sure there was.
Sorry, guys. This is blasphemy of the nth degree.
Shows you what the fuck is wrong with America?
It is beyond blasphemy.
I agree with you, Dave. It's blasphemy.
It's throwing your religion in the ditch. And I say that about evangelical Christians who support Trump. You're throwing your God, your Jesus, everything that you believe in, I believe. My thought. I'm sorry, this may not be anybody else on this panel or anybody else in the Blue Dot family, but I believe personally, if you called yourself an evangelical Christian and you're still backing Trump, you shit on your religion a long time ago, baby. You lost your way. Your values aren't what you say they are. And you could come up with any kind of bullshit story about, well, Jesus is God just using Trump as a vessel. I don't give a shit what you want to sell it to yourself as. Oh, never mind.
There's all kinds of things on TikTok where people are explaining why these people are not Christians. And every time I see one, I share it over to Twitter. Because I want everybody to know why these aren't Christians.
Let's start with the Ten Commandments. They kind of like them, don't they?
This is way beyond the Ten Commandments. You can't fix stupid, you guys.
You
can't. And there just is some people in this country that are going to follow this man no matter what. No matter how much he shits on them, no matter how much he rips them off, no matter how much he rips off the United States, because what comes out of his mouth is what they feel in their heart.
Really?
And that's
Well,
why they follow him.
I'm optimistic. I'm a little optimistic from what I see in posts right now. There's a lot of posts out there that are really ripping his ass, and it's making me optimistic.
Roger Smith, there's a Republican running in Congress in Texas where she got baptized in one of those. Big story on her last night on MSNBC. I always missed a good shit. I'm always.
You know what makes me optimistic? Seeing Kansas do what Kansas did, seeing Alaska do what Alaska did, seeing the Supreme Court of Michigan do what they did as far as putting that Roe versus Wade on the ballot, and watching what the 11th Circuit Court did to Trump's fucking ass. That's what makes me optimistic.
That's what makes me believe that this is going to be not what the polls are saying. There is an underlying current out here, even those that
we should.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing in the post. I'm seeing that underlying current.
Yeah.
You know, how many times have we seen the polls be just totally wrong?
Yep.
Totally wrong.
Because they were wrong last year.
The day Donnie got elected, that's the
wrong people.
That one comes to mind.
You know what really makes me think that there's an underlying current? Because the people I see out on TikTok and Twitter who post these things look like the people who would have voted for Trump.
There are a lot
talking
of
against it, but they're wearing their redneck hats and things, and some of them look like they're, they should be at those mega rallies.
It's a disguise we have.
But you know what? It's good to see the courts finally get their chance to take this fucker into court and make him say it, shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot is what
I think that's what
they have to get it done by the 30th.
I think that's what Judge Deary is doing. He didn't get the deal he thought he was going to get.
That's it.
Hang on, DJ.
Deary said they have to respond by the 30th. And another thing is, Deary said to Trump, if you don't pay this other judge the $500 an hour, I'm going to hold you in contempt. Yeah. That's what he said.
Let's go.
Good.
It's a lot, and we haven't even thrown in the little side tidbit, little information of what Rudy Giuliani got thrown at. Judge told him pay what is it, $250,000 to his ex-wife, or he's going to jail. Period.
But he's been held in contempt already. He didn't turn up.
Yeah. That's what the judge said. Either you're going to pay up or you're going to have to go to jail.
Yeah. But, just to go back on the whole Brett Favre thing, what pisses me off the most about it, okay, he ain't never going to see no jail time. He'll probably, whatever, he ain't going to get, it's going to be a slap on the wrist, if anything.
We know.
While somebody else takes a knee and they're fucking vanished from the NFL altogether. Right.
It's hypocrisy going on there.
Yeah, and you know what, Bernadette, you're right. He's always been a dick. But it's just me trying to get my point across there. But that shit is greed. And see, you can't fix stupidity. You can't do nothing about a motherfucker being greedy. Nope. I mean, you just can't.
What was the best dude's name who was a football player that got just dragged by football because he was fighting dogs? Come on.
Oh, Michael
Vick. Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Michael Vick got trashed by the NFL.
2 years later, he got back in the league.
Another one.
They
the guy
forgave
you
him.
look like, Julian, what's his name?
Oh, there's a list, baby.
Kaepernick took a knee and got banned by the NFL. Favre?
Well,
that's
what about that New England Patriot that
where's his ban?
was a gang member and he was convicted of
People
murder?
just totally upset, trying to throw this guy away and trying to cancel out Brett Favre. Why aren't they doing that?
I think Brett Favre's going to have his day in court, baby.
Bernadette,
it'll be too late then, John.
Well, that's
Took a knee for principle.
Oh, you can't do that.
Principle.
Oh, you can't do anything about Kaepernick. They will never be able to. Yeah, they will never be able to.
Michael Vick got dogs and got trashed. Got kicked out, got just dragged.
Oh, he was a
but
real
he came back.
Oh, come on.
2 years
Kaepernick
later.
hasn't come back. They haven't let Kaepernick back in for anything.
No, they haven't let him come back.
And I'm not
Bernadette,
too sure
the NFL now is a joke, and it's all about the money. Okay, I don't even
You
watch
have
it
to tell
anymore
me
because I'm
that
so pissed about it.
I
that's
don't get a
why
chance
that's
to.
why I don't have a team anymore, because I'm not going to be fanatical about people who make a whole lot of money and do just dogged dirt shit and get paid for doing that shit. And yeah, no, you don't get my cash, you don't get my support. I don't spend my time
No,
watching football games,
got
basketball,
better places for your money
baseball.
than that,
We're
that's
near the
for sure.
rest of them.
Or,
Okay.
or,
Bernadette,
or what Travis
have
would call sports ball. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me send out a couple of
yeah.
thank yous real quick. Stephanie Dean came back in with $2. Thank you very much. She said, we need Beto in Florida to run against DeSantis. Oh, no,
Yeah.
we want to keep him. He's a treasure in this state. And Ed Beatty Jr. came in with $5 and said, working tonight, but in spirit tonight. Outstanding, Ed. We thank you and we appreciate it. And sorry you had to work, buddy.
Yeah.
But
It's this is like, whenever I think about all these people, these millions and millions of dollars, I do the same thing every time I scratch a lottery ticket, and I scratch a lot of lottery tickets. I won $10 a
yeah.
day on a $2 ticket. Every
outstanding.
time I scratch one of those, I got the same thought in my head all these years. Just give me enough to buy a house and have a nice retirement. That's what I say to myself. That's what I'm saying in my head every time I scratch one of them damn tickets. I just want a
I
house
don't want to be
and
rich.
retire. Yeah,
Just help. Yeah. I
you let
hardly
me
ever,
win
I
a
hardly
billion.
ever
You
get a
let me win
ticket.
a billion. You let me win $1 billion. I'll tell you what. Some of these people I see on Facebook,
Oh,
like
baby.
these sick
That's
kids and
exactly
shit.
right, SC.
Oh, yeah.
St.
Do
Jude's,
it, man.
boom, boom, boom. I'm giving it away. Just leave me a million, a couple million.
That
Who, like you said before, who needs all that money? And if you can't do one little thing
yeah.
to, it's
Amen.
fucking. Ugh.
SC,
I can't stand greedy motherfuckers. That's just.
How
SC.
much money does anybody need? How much money do you need to live to live comfortably? And
Yeah.
we see
For me,
people.
about $5,000 a month.
Yeah, I could
Pay my bills.
I'd be tickled.
That's
if
what I need to pay all my bills.
I'd be tickled if I had $5,000 a month. Yeah, that ain't happening.
I don't have it. I'm not saying I have it. I said that's what
Yeah.
I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go down
But
another
SC,
path, please. Let's go down another path. The path I want to travel down is getting away from this. I want to travel down the path of how many times in history has America, let alone not just America, probably a lot of other countries, ever experienced a political party that has threatened death threats against their own Department of Justice, against the sheriffs, against the FBI, against other politicians.
Yeah.
And
doubt
even
that's what he's doing.
today, even yesterday, the Boston Children's Hospital was hit with a death threat by a woman who they did catch, and it wasn't a hollow
Why?
threat. Because of Trump's political prisoners. And she's attached to that little memo the fact that hospital is involved in helping children with gender identification. So she sent a bomb.
hey, Dave,
Yeah.
you can't tell what people are going to do. And I'll tell you one example. When I was working at Scott Air Force Base, this woman got fired, and they took her CAC card away. And then she was retired military. She came back on the base, and she went to the hospital, which was next to my building, and she told them she had a bomb. And we went into lockdown just because she got fired.
That's
People
the
are nuts.
danger
Well,
of what
Fuck
Trump
the
is
fire
doing
part.
right now.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
out there.
Yes.
I
Yes.
keep telling you, he is not out there holding political rallies for votes. He is out there trying to drum up an army, and he is trying to stimulate that hate, that distrust.
He's putting
in the government.
targets on people's backs.
He is specifically, and you're right. He's calling out that GOJ has been weaponized. They're no good. Homeland Security, no everything. Everybody. It seems like the whole fucking country went down tube as soon as Donnie left the world.
Well, that's what Rudy said, that they're all being targeted. Rudy Giuliani said we're all being targeted.
Rudy is being targeted because he's a fucking crook, because he's a criminal, because of what he did. That's why they call it the target of an investigation. Yeah, he's a target. So is Donnie.
Yeah,
It's not
and
because
I'm
of a
proud to hear
political.
about
It's not a political vendetta. It's because you broke the fucking law.
and going after his children, Donnie's children. I'm sorry, but they make
Oh,
children. Them are
They-
grown.
they-
Them are grown adults.
Yes,
and
exactly.
y'all want to
It's a
talk about
sick-
going after people's children. What about Hunter Biden? Hey, why don't y'all leave him alone? If y'all don't like people going after other people's children, I'm sorry. They're all fucking adults.
You see a lot of posts from the far right about Hunter Biden. They want him.
Drugs. It's only drugs. It's not. It's not espionage. It's not state secret. It's not fucking robbing banks or raping women or helping. It is that he was into drugs. That's all they've got on him.
Yeah,
and the Republicans right now are threatening that if they take the House, Joe Biden's going to be impeached. They're already saying that.
But if we hold the Senate, we won't convict, right?
That's right. That's right.
There's no impeachment.
They don't
what has Joe Biden done?
They'll come up with something. Don't worry.
Well, here's the thing.
They'll pull something out of their ass. They don't care what it is.
Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's son. He's not the president. It doesn't matter what he does. It only matters what the president does.
Yeah, he's not the president. I'm still sitting here waiting.
Why are you pulling all this crap out?
He's a citizen. He's just a citizen.
If the Republicans take the House, we're going to have nothing but Benghazi. Under another name, but it's going to be the same thing. Yeah. It's going to be hearing after hearing after hearing, and we'll see Jim Jordan will be jerking off his jacket out there and just screaming all sorts of shit. We're going to see the outrage on the right just come to life. Are you shitting me? Yeah, that's what we're going to see, circus show.
It'll be a circus, yep.
And that's why you got to get out and vote. You got to... Go ahead. You know what the game is, don't you? Is what Hitler's aim was: destroy the opposition. If you totally destroy it, you're the only one left. And that's how come I say after November 8th, that's when this bullshit's going to start, because every one of them maggot Republicans that are election deniers. Do you think they're going to accept a defeat in the election? No, they're going to be screaming that it was stolen from them. They're going to try to stoke that hatred. That it's all been planned by the Democrats. The votes are coming from the laser beams up in space and switching them. They send them to Italy and they come back and there you go. They cheated. We're going to hear all of that for months. And it's going to play into the... You don't think Donnie Trump ain't going to play into that? Oh, hell yes. He's going to try to rally those people. What was that? Yeah. 538? Because I'm looking at it right here.
538 says the Democrats winning the Senate. They have 69 out of 100 probability of doing it.
But down in the House, it says that the Republicans have a 70% chance in the House.
Yeah.
Because of a lot of new districts. Right, we picked up a district here and took 2 districts, and they're both Republican.
Fucking gerrymandering.
Yes.
Gerrymandering.
Exactly. And that's the way the Republicans party. That's what Mitch McConnell means when they play the long game. It's one in the states. It's one in the House. It's district by district. If they can gerrymander the shit out of it, they can stack the fucking Congress. It's harder to do in the Senate, baby. There's only 2 people from each state. So, it's kind of hard to stack the bill there. But in the House, where all the shit flying goes on, it's not difficult to do. All you have to do is gerrymander the state. You take the state, and you're stacking the U.S. Congress. It's a game.
Can I ask the people? We're up to 76 thumbs up, guys. Can we get to 100?
Let's get to
last
100.
time we done this little push. Yep, we got there pretty quickly.
We got over 100. Like, share, and subscribe. That's the deal. If you're watching on YouTube, sit down there and hit that like button. And while we're thanking people, let's thank Louis Russo, who just came in with a $10 donation and said it's not so much what you acquire in life that matters, but rather what you leave behind. And there's words of wisdom. It doesn't matter what you acquire in life; it's what you leave behind. And I'm trying to leave a sense of integrity into my sons. That's what I want. I want them to. Anyway, Louis, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And
thank you, family. Thank you, family. We're up to 89, John.
We're up to 89? Outstanding, baby.
76, 89. Thank you, family.
Y'all know I have a list of you right here. Dan, Pete, David, Pete, right there. Bart Larson. I know Jeff Curry hit and Teresa Diggum. Are you shitting? All right.
Hey, John.
Harness. Yes, sir.
I see the birthday girl's had her hand up down there for a while.
No, that's me inviting her.
Oh, that's you inviting her.
That's me inviting her.
No, she's got it.
Okay.
No, her hand's black, John. Her hand is black, which means that the invitation's not there anymore. Now it
There
is.
we go.
Oh, there she is,
Yes.
Miss
Yeah,
Linda.
Hear me. You couldn't hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can
Happy
hear you.
birthday, baby.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
How'd that
Thank
sneak
you.
up on
Happy
us?
birthday, darling. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sweetie.
So,
Appreciate it.
did you go out and party? Are
No.
you going out to party?
I went out to dinner.
Well,
My girlfriend came over and made me biscuits and gravy this morning.
well, there you go. That's funny. That's what I made my wife this morning.
I had beignets,
Biscuits and gravy. Asked me what I made her yesterday morning. Biscuits and gravy.
biscuits and gravy.
What are biscuits?
That's
What do you
right.
mean by biscuits?
Yeah, biscuit. Oh no, not
Biscuit
biscuit.
for breakfast?
No, yeah. Well, it's like dough. You put the dough in a little pile and you put it in the oven there and you bake your
Roll.
biscuit. Yeah, a
Okay,
roll,
that's a breakfast biscuit.
Dinner
a
rolls,
breakfast
like,
biscuit. Yeah,
breakfast.
Okay, we don't have them over here.
and then with the gravy, cook a little sausage, maybe a little bacon. Anyway, you take the grease, you throw a little flour in there, a little seasoning in there, and then you get that all mixed up and pour a little milk in there, and then wait till it thickens
Put a
up in
biscuit in half
gravy.
and
Huh?
cover it over in gravy and
There
yum,
you go.
yum, yum.
That's Mama's favorite breakfast.
There you go. I didn't know that.
I'm the breakfast guy. I could do it in my sleep. Are you shitting me?
What time do you get up in the morning, John?
I usually get up sometime between 7. If I'm lucky, I sleep till 8. Sometimes much earlier.
Right.
Sometimes 5:36. It's hard to, it's hard to get out of old habits, So I'm up,
Yeah.
I have my coffee and I read the news and sit there and play with Vicky in a little bit, or not play with them, but watch them play with each other and trying to tell them don't tear the house apart. They run down the hallway and that's right up against the door of the bedroom. I don't want her in there making a bunch of noise waking Mama up. Mama gets up after me. She stays up much later than I do. By the end of the day, baby, I'm toast. Are you shitting me? When my head hits the pillow nowadays, I'm gone. It's lights out.
Says he just on a little poster, that Chris Savalas guy, I don't know whether he's genuine or not, he has a lot of clickbait, but Trump's lawyer will be arrested. I don't know what that means, but
Which
I'll
lawyer?
read it later. Yeah, which
Which
lawyer?
one?
I think the one that signed that everything was given back. The one that
Be
signed
quiet.
Oh,
that,
yeah, the one that declared there were no more documents. That we gave you
Yeah,
what we
she's
had,
out
and there ain't
there.
no more. Yeah, she lied.
she's out there today saying that she wasn't really Trump's lawyer.
I didn't
Has
work for
anyone
him.
heard the rumor?
I didn't work for him.
And I want anyone
Has
see
anyone
this-
heard the rumor about Liz Cheney and the text, the lost text messages?
No. From what
You mean
lost
between the
was a-
Secret Service?
There was a rumor on Twitter today that the text message that she had leaked, that the text messages were found, the Secret Service messages,
Yes.
and that some of them actually contradicted what the Secret Service
Yeah,
agents
yeah.
testified under oath to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard that, and that's part of what we're going to hear on Wednesday.
Was it true? So is it
Yes.
did
Yes.
really happening?
Came out
Good.
of Liz Cheney's mouth. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
They've got over 800,000 or 8. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, something like that.
800,000
A lot,
messages
a
or something.
shitload.
But so we're not going to hear all of them, and there's a lot of them that are just superfluous bullshit anyway. But yeah, they said that there were some distinct messages in there that would give insight into what happened on January 6th and the days preceding. That's the key word
Yeah.
she said. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I just seen this thing where apparently Pete Buttigieg has got like a message for Ron DeSantis at this thing he was at. I'm going to have to go back and listen to what old Pete says about Ronnie DeSantis. I think he was actually in Tallahassee today. I think today's probably the first time he's been in Tallahassee. I don't know where his ass
What
is.
are the
any
numbers
other
looking
time.
like between him and Chris?
Last I seen, Chris was leading him by a good bit.
Good.
And he's putting up all these. Now he's putting up all these commercials talking about how everybody in Florida is thanking him for keeping the state free during COVID and all this shit. He even did one where he got dressed up like a Top Gun pilot.
Oh,
and
I saw
went
that.
flying around. I'm
saw
like,
that.
okay, whatever.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
He's got a
cheesy.
he's got a little
Gov.
dick.
Yes,
See,
he's
that's
got
Republicans.
problems.
They take credit for stuff they didn't have anything to do with.
Might have a little pecker, but he's got a hell of a big belly up there. Huh?
you know,
He's
Rubio.
built a shed over. He's built a
What
shed
about
over
Trump's
that
ass?
thing. Huh?
Rubio.
What is that thing on Twitter where they're showing
Oh,
Trump's
let
ass
Smithy finish.
and they're circling?
Let Smithy finish, DJ. Come on,
Oh, I
Smithy, what were you
apologize.
saying?
Go ahead. I
No, it's all
apologize.
good. It's hard to get. It is what. No, I was just gonna say. Rubio was down here in the county that's south of me where I went to school. Apparently, they were having some book thing, not a book burning or banning or anything. So it was actually a good book thing. But apparently, he showed up there, and I'm like, "What the hell is he?" Who invited his ass? Because I can't remember any time Rubio's been in the Panhandle for anything. And he was just south of me about 30, 40 miles. And I seen that yesterday. And he's standing up there with a couple of sheriff's deputies at this book thing. And I'm like, look at this little prick. He's another one. I can't.
Leading or behind?
What's that?
What's the polls on Rubio? What are the polls on Rubio?
I haven't looked. I know that Val Dennings was leading him, and I know Charlie Crist was leading DeSantis.
We
I
have
can't
a
remember
shot
what the
in
Charlie.
Florida. We have a shot in North Carolina. Pennsylvania's looking good. Ohio, look what's happening there. Wisconsin, Ron Johnson, really? You don't want that scumbag. We have a shot at this. We have a shot at picking up several seats, and I think this blue wave is mounting again. I think it might be more. This, we keep. I spoke about this the other day. How important this election is in our election cycle. There's never been a more important midterms than what we're facing right now. This is a real.
Yeah, and Michael Moore on Real Time the other night. He was on. Dude, I don't know if you've seen it because I know you said you were.
Yeah.
He was very.
He
was very positive.
He
about
pumped
it.
me up. I felt good. Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
He was very positive.
Glad I'm
about
not the
it.
only one. I am. I'm feeling good.
Well, he called for Trump when he was on in 2016.
Yeah.
Carolyn, good night.
Well, by threatening Biden with impeachment, etc., it may just rally enough them to say we're going to defend Biden. It may just backfire in their faces and collect the Dems to gather up and protect Joe Biden.
I think the
Because
Republican
he's
Party
done
has
good
done
for
more to
America.
turn out the Democratic vote than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think they're really pushing with their craziness and their asshole initiatives and shit.
I think if the Republican keeps pushing their agenda about going forward with a nationwide ban, they're not going to be holding very many offices that are going to be in control of anything come November.
Exactly. And you see,
right.
Kevin McCarthy accidentally tweeted out their agenda.
America plan.
Yeah, their American plan. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but it was the abortion thing and also Social Security. I mean, you're there, Social Security. I mean, if that don't piss you off, if you're American and someone fucking with your Social Security and shit doesn't piss you off, then what the hell's wrong with you?
Something. There's something. Because that's what they want to do. They want to privatize it. Why? So they can make money off of it. I swear.
They take it away, and I'm sleeping in a
privatize-
cardboard box underneath the freeway.
That's where most of us will be. And who's going to be living in these houses? Because nobody's going to be able to afford them.
Yeah, Rick.
And you know who own most of the shares? When they privatize it, if they privatize it, well, obviously the first politicians that know about it, they're going to be in there buying hundreds of thousands.
Yes.
At the cheapest price, the starting price, the cheapest price.
This is just,
you'll be left with shit.
I don't think the economy became a big part of my thought here. They just, like I said, they went up $400 on my freaking house payment a month. Are you shitting me? That takes a big old chunk, baby. And it's in the news.
Why?
That rent, mine is because of taxes and insurance. Yeah.
Escrow.
Okay. Yeah, I got to increase the escrow. $400 a month. Shit. And I can't have the house without insurance. It's in the law. Fuck. You know,
Are you
and the
homesteaded?
same. Yes, I'm homesteaded. It's the same
Okay.
story that you see in the news. The rent prices across the country, housing prices are going up. Where do they expect people to live? You know, and
6% after the increase.
mine at 1,400 ain't near what, you know. I better hang on to that because I'm hearing stories of rent being $2,000-3,000 fucking dollars a month. Who in the hell has that kind of money?
First and last rent too before you can move
Yeah,
in.
before you can move in. And utilities, you got to hook up this, that, and the other. You shouldn't me. You got to go to the bank.
Well, they
Get a loan.
won't rent properties, mate. There'll be a lot of empty properties around the place. A
There
lot
will
of
be.
people living under
And
bridges.
yes. And does it make any sense? No. No. It's like we've got our priorities all fucked up. That we're making it more and more difficult for the common people out here to survive, to make the
Yeah,
bills,
we
to
are.
put groceries on the table.
But I have to disagree with you, John, because Joe Biden is doing everything he
Yes.
can to make it so that you and I and the common folk in this country get benefits from existing instead of just being taken to the fucking bank by these fucking Republicans.
There is a hell of a welfare system in this country, but it is not for poor people. It's for
No.
the wealthy. It's for the 1%. That's where the money goes. Look at the disparity they talk about between what in my day when I first started working when I was 18 or 17 years old, between what the CEO of a company made and the worker on the floor made, what the boss made, what you made. But now look at that disparity.
The difference is, John, is that you were able to go and leave your parents' house and go out and start a life and work on starting your own family and all the rest of that. The kids nowadays, they can't afford fucking rent.
We got kids that have college
They
degrees
can't
that are
afford
working
it.
at McDonald's.
They have college
And
degrees
living
and
at home.
$200,000 in debt because of that college degree.
Correct.
We got
Yeah.
we
The
got to
University
fix
of
the
Phoenix
priorities
is
in this country
$63,000
to adjust
get a
it
degree.
for the people, to benefit the people of this country, instead of politicians and wealthy corporations. We're gonna put ourselves right in a fucking hole the deeper we dig that shit. And how to fix it, I wish I knew. If I knew, well, hell, I might be wealthy too, but I'm not.
Well, you know, we are going to start fixing it. The infrastructure bill passed, and we're going to start seeing the results of that. We're going to start
And it's
seeing the
because of
results
people like Joe Biden and the Democrats.
of veterans getting health care, of people not having to pay exorbitant amount of money for diabetic medication.
When you
and
pay
we're
attention,
going to start seeing the results of things like
when you
that.
pay attention to the TV commercials, political commercials, you look what Democrats are talking about. They're talking
Thank
about
you.
progress. They're talking about social issues. What helps the family? What are the Republicans talking about? Well, they want to. Shit, I don't even know what they're talking about. Controlling your uterus,
controlling your uterus.
Yeah.
But that's only
To
if you have a
stimulate your
uterus.
hate. I don't even know what they sell anymore. They sell hate. That's what they sell.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Vision.
Yeah, that was another thing. They
So-
wanted to cut the drug. The drug, they wanted to mess with the drug prices again. That was another thing they were talking about. Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right, mate. You're right, though, Smithy. You're dead right.
Because-
It's not just.
because it's
It's just.
more
Hang on, Bernie.
profitable.
Hang on, Bernie. Bernie, let me finish, sweetie.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead, Ozzy.
I want to just say that this is the fascist thing again. The drug companies, the cigarette companies, the fuel companies, all of them are pushing for massive increases to make Biden look bad and line their pockets.
Thank you.
It's fascism.
Thank you. Thank you. Because look at
It's
the
not
record
that they're
profits
pushing
that the oil
massive
companies are making.
increases. That's what you're totally wrong. They've been getting fucking subsidized the whole fucking time they've been in existence.
Indeed.
Are you fucking
And they
kidding
want
me?
Laws
more.
are crafted for them. Look what
Shit.
Scott Pruitt did to the APA when he got in there. He stripped it as much as he could. Rules and regulations on oil and gas, baby. We got rid of as much as he could.
We've been paying
it
for
was-
the oil companies, for the cigarette companies, for the big pharma companies. We've been paying for it all of our goddamn lives.
And what is
And they've been
to
reaping
what end?
benefits by
to
profit.
watch
And what
wealthy
are we
people get
getting?
rich.
We're getting dead. We're getting sicker. We're getting kicked out of our homes. We're getting in debt to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is
And
unfathomable for anybody to fucking pay off
that is by design. That is
by
all by
design.
design.
John,
Yes, DJ.
I watched a video, and the guy who did the video owns an oil production company. And he said that there's two things you do with a well. You run it wide open or you choke it. Okay. And he said right now we're able to make more profits because we're keeping those spigots closed a little bit so we don't drain the well as fast.
Let me tell
He
you
said
something.
that back when and I'm asking you because I know you live in oil country. He said that back in the days when they were, I don't know if it was under Bush or whoever, they were going bankrupt. They were having to open those spigots wide open in order to stay afloat.
I've capped
I
more
don't
than
know if
one
that's
well.
true or not.
I've capped more than one well in my life. And when you cap in a well, that
Yeah.
means it's you're 6 foot under the ground down there at ground level, and welding a cap onto that well so nothing can get into it. And I've seen a lot of drilling companies, a lot of oil companies cap a well. It's a good well. It's producing well, but the price isn't right, baby. Why bring a well in when the oil prices are down? You got the damn thing drilled. It's ready to pump like crazy. You just wait till the price goes, and all of a sudden they just couldn't bring a completion rig out there and finish and tap it and drill it, and that's it. It's online.
Okay.
There are so many different things that oil and gas company games they play to manipulate the market. And like I said, all you have to do is look at the recent profits of the oil and gas industries, Exxon Mobil, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's outrageous. It's billions and billions and billions in profit. While we sit out here and bitch about the price of oil, price of gasoline, guess who does that? You see the price of gasoline shoot the shit up anytime something goes on. See it come down fast? They're going to hang on to that as much as they want. And you're right.
We're still
The
paying over
Republicans will try to
$6 up
hurt
here in
this
Northern
country.
California.
The Republicans are still trying to hurt this country as much as they can, regardless of the issue that we talk about, so they can point at it and say, look how terrible things are. They want this country to suffer because they think it's good for them.
They're saying the price of gas is going to go back up. The Republicans are.
It's already going
after
up.
the
It
election.
already is.
It's going up.
By
Well,
design, baby.
I haven't bought gas lately, so.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Paid $6.40 a gallon the other day. $6.40.
I think I paid
You're in California, is that correct?
$2.98
Yes, I am.
or something like that. I think it was $2.98.
Okay.
And Southern
I think the last
California
I
is
paid was
rich with
$3.30.
oil.
I can't imagine paying $6 a gallon.
Thank you.
I just got a little news headline off Reuters here. 2 minutes ago, out of Reuters.
Right.
2 minutes ago, Russia just annexed parts of Ukraine and Moscow's full protection. So either way,
That's
I
a
know-
result that we knew they were even going to declare that from those sham elections, which they have video of guys walking around with guns going door to door. It's time to vote, comrade. Yeah, they were expecting this. So, but now that Russia's claiming territory, what do you do?
Yeah, he's done
What
it.
do you
He's
do?
well, according to Reuters
invade
he's
them.
annexed. I don't know.
They,
What do
they
you do?
annexed Crimea, and it didn't do a lot of good. I mean, they're attacking down in Crimea. The Ukrainians are just going to keep going. They don't give a shit where Putin thinks the border is. They know where the border is. And it was a sham election type thing anyway. Really, in the middle of
He
a
may
war.
be trying to start a war,
He is.
bigger war. But I'm saying
I
with
don't
NATO,
think it's going to play
I think
out.
he's trying to start a war with NATO.
I don't. If
That's what the
I won't,
president of
I won't
Finland
argue
said.
against that idea because you can't trust him right now. You
Well,
know?
that's why Finland and
But
Sweden
From
went into
what I'm
NATO.
seeing inside Russia, I don't know if it would work.
The men are fleeing Russia, saying, "I'm not going to die for Putin. I'm not
Yeah.
going to die for Putin."
There's a
So,
limit.
you know-
There's a limit to that shit that the Russian
There
people
is
are
a
going to put
limit.
up with. You know, and isn't that the way the history of Russia's gone anyway? You know, every leader gets his ass tossed out one way or the other. You know, it's I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Sooner the better.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Iran with the women's uprising there, and it's not just
Yes,
women.
that's interesting.
You know, yes,
Well, unfortunately, a lot more are going to die
We're all going to
before
die.
that's over.
We're all going to die.
No, a lot of women are going to die over there before it's over.
I'm afraid you're right.
I can't believe that any country in the world deals with Iran. They still behead people in the main street and cut hands off for simple crimes, you know.
Yeah.
But beheading in the main street and people turning out to watch a beheading, how can you deal with the country in any way?
How can you do that? Is an uncivilized society,
isn't it?
You're chopping heads off out in the middle of the fucking street or out there for everybody, God and everybody to watch. Yeah, you're pretty well fucked up in the head. Let me send out a quick thank you to Stephanie Dean, who sent in $2 and said, everyone is going to go to van life. Yeah. If we're lucky enough to have the van.
Movie,
if you could find a van, because vans are, they're hard to find right now.
Well, Stephanie is exploring that avenue. And I'm excited.
Michael Moore, in his movie, had an actual beheading. You saw it. They all pulled up in their big fancy cars. They got out and they put the guy over and they chopped his head off with a big sword. I mean, you watched.
It wasn't one chop either. It was they had to chop away
back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't watch it a second time. It was so disgusting.
Nor could I. I couldn't watch it the first time. I just looked and I watched the arm, but I couldn't look at the guy's head or anything like that. I just watched it. And I've seen some pretty gory stuff. But when I seen an innocent man being put down in front of his family, because the family's out there watching, they have to.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Because the family's under threat now because the name's been dirtied. And they have to watch it. And I think, my God.
Yeah.
Why don't you flee the fucking country? Get out. But why can't they get out? Because the repressive government keeps them so poor they can't move beyond the boundaries.
And they threaten their family, too.
Yeah.
If you leave,
your family gets punished, yep. And that's what Hitler done with the Jews.
Yeah.
You know, if a Jewish man fled the family, well, the family went down anyhow. Yeah, no, it's all wrong. It's all wrong.
World we live in nowadays.
We're pointing fingers at evil stuff. Yet the white Australia and the black Australia, the white world and the black world, the yellow world. And it doesn't matter who you are. You're still dealing with Iran and other countries. I mean, it's not just Iran. I think there's a few more countries.
Oh yeah.
They throw homosexuals off the roof of a building. If you're homosexual, that's. Yet I think some of them even have a seat in the United Nations. I just can't understand it. They should be banned from
atrocities going on all over the world every day.
We're 2020.
Oh my goodness.
She's been busy on the chat though.
That's good. I'm sorry, Miss Linda, I didn't see. Discord doesn't like you, darling. It picks on Miss Linda. All the time.
My point is not about America there, guys. My point wasn't just about America. My point is about us as a society worldwide. What are we, you know? Well, that we allow shit like that to go on.
That I think we're seeing that question or that coming to light. Like I said, around the world, there are issues going around. We're seeing Russia protesting the war. We've seen Iran women protesting the lady who was killed by the morality police. Really, give me a fucking break. The turmoil that we have going on in this country and in other countries around the world. This is going to be a season of a lot of change, I think, around the world. And we all have to hope it's more for the positive change, because what else do we have as a society except to realize that the system that we have been having is benefits those that have, but not the have-nots. And we can't do that. We can't turn our back on everybody in our society. Well, you ain't got the buck. Sorry about that, Joe, down the road. No. And that's not what anybody's religion teaches them to do anyway. If we don't fix this society of ours, if we don't start paying more attention and dedicating more resources to our society, then what the hell is the purpose of a society anyway?
Well, we would be socialists then.
Yeah, well.
You know, socialism is what saved the world Socialism gave the world everything that the
It
people
gave you
need
everything
to
from the roads
survive.
you drive on to the store you buy your groceries in.
But the Republicans would really rub it in. They would give us hell.
Well, they
Well,
are
sure
on the
they-
road to fascism. They think that just give them all the money, and we'll let corporations. Don't worry about it. Just drink your vodka, comrade. Is what they.
Trickle down
Trickle down
bullshit.
economics. Don't worry. Don't pay attention to how much the rich people are getting. Be thankful you have a
Best
job.
vodka.
Excuse
Best
me,
vodka
John.
comes from Poland.
Yeah. I watched. Marcia showed me this.
John?
Yes, sir.
I just want you to know that BW is in the chat screaming credits.
Thank you, BW. I got him. Thank you, BW. Thank you, Bernadette. What was I going to say? It was really something profound, too. Really intelligent.
You're watching a show,
Sorry.
Marsha's show. You're watching a show that Marsha watched.
No. She said, check this out. And she shows me it's on, I don't know what platform it was, either TikTok or Facebook, somewhere. And it was this Russian, maybe it was the news channel that's using this Russian. And there's his Russian buddies with him, and they're standing out there in the parking lot. And this guy keeps beating his head on this car. And not once or twice. I mean, over and over and over again. He's staggering around. His buddies are trying to get him to stop. And he said, no, he's pushing him away. And he's going back over to the car, and he's banging his head on this car. He's trying to get out of being drafted into the Russian army. They said on the news the other day that the popular search in Russia right now is how to break your arm. Really? They're going to some drastic measures here trying to, but that was terrible. And this guy was I'm not going, and he kept busting his head. Jesus.
I had heard that the cheapest airline ticket was over $8,000 to get out.
To get out of Russia. Finland's already accepted a whole lot.
Can you spell fascism? $8,000 a ticket. Can you spell fascism?
Yeah. Can you spell greed? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the market will bear, baby. That's what it is. And if you want to get out of Russia, that's the price. But that tells you what's happening within Russia. It's
chaotic, I'm sure.
They can't all leave. They can't all leave. So they're going to have to stand up. They're trying. Yeah.
Well, the president of Ukraine has told the Russian soldiers that if you get drafted or conscripted into the army, then when you get into the front lines, just surrender. It'll be a hell of a lot easier. Because then it's easier to surrender than to be brought up on war crimes.
Yep. That's what Zelensky is out there promoting. When you get to the front line, just surrender.
Surrender.
You will be treated with respect. Let's go, baby.
It's almost like Putin is prodding NATO, saying, "Come on, have a go."
Well, I'm afraid he's going to keep that up until he throws in something nuclear. What'd you say, Miss Linda? I'm sorry, dear. I didn't hear you. Miss Linda, are you in here?
I think she said discorded again.
She discorded again? Is that what she's saying?
I think that's what she said.
All right. Let me see if we
He's trying to say something, but it's not coming through.
Yeah. Let me send another. See if we can recycle it. Discord
this coming week in America. Also, Bill joins. It picks on.
What about Bill joins?
It picks on Bill joins as well.
Oh yes, they pick on Bill too. I spoke to him the other day.
What have we got looking forward to this week in America? In the way of hearings, trials,
we got Wednesday,
defamations.
On Wednesday we have the hearing, the January 6th hearing returns, and there ain't no telling what we're going to hear this week from the rest of the investigation.
No, they haven't given a subject line as to what the hearing is going to be about.
No.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm excited to find out.
Are they saying it's going to be the last one?
That's what they say. I just can't believe that. I don't want it to stop. I keep beating them with a stick.
It's good entertainment.
How long before the first movie comes out, guys, about all this shit?
It won't be long. It won't be long, I'm sure. They're probably already.
Who
working on
played
it.
Donald? Who would play Donald Trump? Who would you pick to play Donald Trump? I would pick the guy that played Fred Flintstone. And what's his name?
Oh, John Goodman. Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman.
Yeah, he's from St. Louis. John Goodman.
John Goodman. He'd probably
His mother
play
still
Goodman.
lives here in
He'd
St.
probably bring
Louis.
character to life. I don't know who would want to play his ass. To play a low-life, disgusting creature like that.
Well, John Goodman couldn't because he's lost so much weight. He couldn't play Trump.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Isn't it amazing how well John Goodman looked with all the weight on, and he lost all the weight, and it made him look older. Sometimes you got to pick the time to have a diet, and I think if you take that big leap when you're 60 plus, it sends your image backwards rather than forward.
And Billy Gardell, or whatever his name too, he lost all that weight. The guy who, the actor who's on that show where he married a woman from Africa.
Yeah, he's on
that. I don't know the name of the show.
Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly, but there's a new show he's on.
Yeah,
he's lost all the weight.
Abiola or something. I Hearts. Can't remember her name, but yeah, I know what you're
Bob
talking about.
Apiciola. That's it.
Yeah,
Bob Hart's Apiciola. But anyway,
there will be a movie. There will be a movie. There's obviously going to be a movie. It's going to be a big blockbuster. Maybe it's 3 or 4 part series. I don't know. But someone's going to make a fortune out of this movie.
Oh, documentaries on it have already started.
Oh, yes. I watch those all the time.
I try to watch them as much as I can. I want to try to learn as much as I can. Anyway, I guess
you got to be careful.
Wrap it up for
Some of the documentaries are a little bit right wing, and you get caught up in a documentary and you find out, oh, hang on, these guys are actually supporting.
Yeah, they don't.
They're sort of tricky.
My clicker.
Before we leave, Dave, before we leave, have anybody watched Monarch on Fox? The show Monarch on Fox.
No.
It's supposed to be a very right-wing oriented show. Monarch.
Another good reason I won't be watching it.
I think I did, but I can't remember.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I heard you that time, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Discord picks on you so much.
I know.
Happy birthday before they cut you out again.
Really? I hope the day put a big old smile on your face.
Definitely.
Outstanding. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening, I guess. Miss Linda, I'm sorry we got you in here right at the end, baby. Oh, wait a minute. We can't leave Keith. Where's Keith?
Hello.
There you are, brother. How are you doing?
Miss Linda, happy birthday.
There you go. I love
Thank you, dear.
Yep. Blue Dot family, the point I wanted to bring up.
Yes, sir.
That a Green Beret saluted Colin Kaepernick for kneeling.
Indeed.
But these people are pissed off at him because he didn't show enough respect. But when we bring our brothers and sisters home to this country, our brothers and sisters in uniform will kneel in respect.
Indeed.
Where's the hypocrisy?
I kneel for those who
Right.
dare to stand. That's
Right.
the way one veteran put it to me.
I'd kneel with Colin.
For those that
Wouldn't have a
dare to
problem.
stand. And
this
Colin Kaepernick kneeled for the right reason.
yeah, he
was-
did.
He knelt for the right
was
reason,
new.
and
It was
it eventually
respect.
caught on. But not at the beginning. They demonized him, and the NFL should be ashamed of the way they treated him.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, well.
Absolutely.
You know,
Talk about being an American and showing respect in a respectful way that the right wing demonized him and put him down because he didn't do it in the way that they wanted.
The way that they wanted it done.
that's it.
Keith, I will not cover my hand over my heart during the national anthem because I don't think yet this country is good enough for me to do that and all the shit going on.
Well, see, that's
So
the
I will
deal in
not
this
put my
country.
hand
We all
over
have
my
that
heart.
right to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
If
Yes,
Colin
that's
But I won't do it
Kaepernick wants
because
to
I don't
kneel, he
feel
has
it's
that right to kneel, and you can't take it away from him.
Well, he has the right to kneel, but he doesn't have the right to work after that.
That's the sad part.
Just saying.
And that
Just saying.
speaks to the courage that he had
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Because I'm sure they'd already informed him, you do it again, you ain't playing. And he did it.
Well, ain't it the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's what they say.
Brave.
That's
Well,
what
he was.
that's.
He's.
I heard it in
He
a
should be
song.
free to do that, and brave enough to do it. So fuck. Where's the problem?
That's what,
like I
that's,
said,
that's what this country is
It was
founded on.
respected by people who have served.
yeah,
It
I
was
think it was.
a respectful gesture, and he
Yeah.
has been torn apart for it.
I think he was planning on doing something else, but it was this soldier or this veteran that told him,
it
"No,
was
just
a veteran
just
that
stay."
told him, and stood
Because
right
apparently
next to him,
Yeah.
and stood next to him. He said, "I won't kneel, but I'll stand next to you when you do." And that's what any veteran should be doing, because that's his right. And if you're not willing to defend those rights, then what the fuck did you sign up for?
Yeah, it's just it's we know the deal. We know the deal. I mean, we sit here and talk about it all till we turn blue, but we know the deal.
It doesn't matter, guys. The whole world knew the deal. It was just a handful of people, sick Americans, that didn't know the deal. And then they're the ones that, like Bernadette says, that few that you will never change, never convert, never make convincement in any form of debate or argument, anything other than what they think now. They wear tinfoils on their head and we've got a flat earth. They are the people you're not changed. But by the way, thank you for the 101.8 thumbs up. We need a couple more, make 110.
Outstanding.
108.
Hey.
We're at.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you.
For every
Thank you,
thumbs
family.
up, we appreciate it. This family grows all the time because of the kindness within this family, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up tonight. Huh?
Can I make a quick note?
Sure.
I have hooked up some of my Republican friends to your show, John.
Outstanding.
And
Welcome.
they say, okay, the dude has a point. So little by little.
Hey, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. Yes, we can't give up, baby. We have to keep this fight going.
John.
Huh?
Don't sing. We'll lose the thumbs up. We're
I take that back. He had me until I started singing. I sing.
We're 113. Yeah, we're 113. Excellent. Because that's more than how many people are watching at the moment. That's good.
It is. My number says 113 watching. We have 113 thumbs up. So thank y'all. Valerie Wood, glad to see you there. Various Wolf 777 Voodoo. Bart Larson, Bernadette Pre, I see you in there. I see you in the room. You're all over.
How could you see that?
I seen her on the Twitch chat there, and that smart-ass squaw's right there. Anyway, that's it. That's all I'm asking from you. Anyway, I love y'all for being here. Let me see. Let's go around the table here. Gentlemen first, ladies last. S.C. Smith, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
We appreciate it very much, buddy. Take care of yourself.
No problem.
Get ready. We'll be back here Tuesday. By that time, we'll know a whole lot more, won't we?
Oh yeah.
Like
I said, I'll know Tuesday. Like I said, I'm prepared. So it's all I don't want to say it's all good because
you still got to watch yourself. So still take care of yourself and just don't get in a bad situation.
Yeah,
we need you, brother.
Need you. I'll be here. I don't think. I'm skinny, but I don't think I'll blow away. I think I'll still be around.
If it gets too bad, leave, please.
Yeah.
If it gets too bad, leave.
Seek shelter. DJ, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And,
I appreciate it. I have fun.
Minnesota.
And Keith from Minneapolis, Minnesota, brother. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding.
Vikings won,
my friend.
We're into this together.
All of us, baby. All of us.
No.
We ought to make up something like, where we go one. I don't know. We ought to come up with something. I don't know. Anyway, Aussie Dave, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure to have you in the room.
Thank you for having me. And next time I'm in the neighborhood, I'll drop by again.
There you go. And Miss Linda, Thank you, darling, for coming in, and
Thank
happy
you,
birthday.
darling.
I hope your day
Thank
just
you so
continues
much.
to be best. Puts a smile
It's
on your
wonderful,
face.
wonderful.
There you go.
The man.
And sweet dreams, too. I mean, after you go to sleep.
Thank you.
All right,
Good
baby.
night, John boy.
Good night, Mary Ellen. And Bernadette, as always,
sir.
baby, thank you so much for your
you too,
voice, your
Jerome.
passion. But let's take it
No
easy on
problem.
that voice thing.
Hey, I'm doing really good.
I know that.
I'm doing better than I have been in a long time.
Good.
Miss
good.
Linda, happy birthday. Enjoy another journey around the sun. These are blessed
Thank you.
days to continue to have these things. And, everybody else, y'all say good night.
Good
And
night.
go
You
out and
too.
put a smile on somebody else's face.
That's what you
like
do,
John
baby.
says.
Smile
Yeah,
yourself and put one on
exactly.
somebody else's face. Anyway, to our Blue Dot
Yeah.
family on YouTube, on Facebook, thank you for being here. On our Twitter feed, we don't get TikTok, but we'll let them know. We just won't do anything else. Anyway, I love you. And
With Mama.
yeah, oh yeah, got to do that. Y'all say good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all later.
Be safe out there.
You bet.